I'm Jonathan Ashworth. I'm the Member of Parliament for Leicester South and the Shadow Secretary of State for Work and Pensions. The British public rightly expect me, as someone who aspires to be the Secretary of State for Work and Pensions, to have an alternative policy agenda. And the ability to draw upon the expertise and the experience of the academic community here in Cambridge really is invaluable. So I love coming here to Cambridge to talk to a variety of academics and experts, and the discussions and the conversations I have here really shape the policy agenda that I'll be putting forward as a programme for the government that I hope to serve in. Today I've been in Cambridge talking to a series of different academics about how we level up the country, how we tackle the inequalities in the labour market, how we tackle the ingrained poverty, because we have got a problem in this country. It used to be that if you found yourself in employment, that would lift you out of poverty, but there's a link now between poverty and employment. These are some of the issues I've been exploring today, but in the last 12-18 months of being a policy fellow with CSaP, it's not just these issues I've been looking into. When I was the Shadow Health Secretary and responding to the pandemic, it was many of the experts here working in the field of life sciences and medicine who were helping me respond to the pandemic and helping me put forward suggestions which I think strengthened our national response to the pandemic. And many of the arguments that I was making around vaccines, around inequalities and public health, they were directly related to many of the conversations that I'd had here in Cambridge with the academic community. Many of the colleagues that I've had the privilege of discussing big ideas with, both in terms of how we respond to the pandemic, how we tackle climate change, the links between climate change and ill health, the discussions I've been having today about the big trends in the labour market, from decarbonisation, digitisation, demographic trends which are going to impact the labour market, or even the conversations I was having in my last visit here when I was exploring whether it's possible to find a cure for dementia. It's difficult to identify one particular relationship, only to say that all of these conversations have played a part in helping me frame the policies that I'm working on. Early on in the pandemic, when admittedly our conversations had to be by Zoom for obvious reasons, a lot of the conversations I was having then directly fed into a major speech I made to the Institute of Public Policy Research about pandemic risk and what societies need to do to prepare for pandemics in the future. The conversations that I had around dementia and whether it's possible to find a cure or improve or better therapies for dementia directly led to policies that I announced as the Shadow Health Secretary. The policy fellowship has exceeded my expectations. As an opposition politician, you're always the research capacity you have access to is, by its nature, limited. And I think, for me, CSaP has been a brilliant opportunity. I've loved every minute of my discussions here in Cambridge, and being able to draw upon the expertise here in Cambridge. And actually what is good about CSaP is it doesn't just link up with academics in Cambridge, it links up with the wider academic community with whom they have connections with at other universities and research institutes across the country as well. I think CSaP is a brilliant development, and it's brilliant in the way in which it links policymakers with academics, and actually we should be doing more of this. Public debate and public policy will be improved if we have more initiatives like this.